Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, this is my island Fawnhollow, and shall we see what's going on today? Now, I don't think I did all that much between last time. Did I? I don't even think I... Did I even go on? I might not have even gone on, I can't remember. I don't think I did. No, I did. I did go on at nighttime a little bit, because I'm still trying to find a scorpion. I'm still trying to get some more shooting stars, see Celeste's around, that sort of thing. Nothing actually happened last night, so didn't miss anything. We'll get on to all of that, but first a message from Isabel. Hello there, everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow, it's 3:23 PM on Thursday, May 7th, 2020. There really isn't any news to speak of today, but, oh, a sock I've been looking for forever turned up behind my washing machine. Turns out you're losing a lot of socks, Isabel, which is, fair enough. That's a stereotype, isn't it, that socks get lost in the wash and all that. Saying that, I've only ever lost, like, one sock. Well, I've only ever consciously been aware of one sock I've ever lost. And to be honest, I have no idea where it is. I lost it sometime during university, and it's just forever gone. Anyway, a message from Audie. I've got a life pro tip, dear. If I read in a car, I always end up wanting to hawk. Hawk? Always. Once upon a time, and there's my lunch, right where it doesn't belong. But chewing gum does totally seem to help. Your humble hawker, Audie. Oh, like throw up, okay. I haven't heard anyone use the word hawk before, to be honest. Let's put this stuff away. To be fair, I used to get that as well when I look down in a moving car when we go on road trips, not road trips, long car journeys. I always used to. Well, I need to open it. I used to always get nauseous. I think I've only thrown up a couple of times. Sorry, this is a bit of a gross thing to talk about, but one thing that helps me is instead of looking down, as I look sort of partially upwards with my peripheral vision, I see the outside of a car. Not of a car, but the window, outside the window, passing by. And I don't know, I was just seeing if anyone's here today. I didn't actually shake any foreign fruits last night, so I should have done that. Anyway, it seems we've got some hybrid red pansies. Wait, how long have we had that one there for? Well, alright then. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't even remember, to be honest. Oh yeah, car journeys and getting sick on them. Okay, thanks, Shovel. Good timing, I guess. And apparently, a part of it is because your brain feels like you're moving, but you're not actually moving anywhere. So it's because you're going in a car at whatever miles per hour, 70 miles per hour down the motorway or something. But since you're looking down and you don't see anything in your peripheral vision moving, your brain is oh, I'm sitting still, but it feels like I'm going at a ridiculous speed. So the only conclusion I can get from this is I must be poisoned or something. So it tries to, throw up because maybe you've had a hallucinogenic or something, which is completely muddling with your senses, and this is the only way that the brain knows how to deal with it. Which, fair. What was I doing? I need to replace this one, don't I? With this one, which is also a hybrid one. And then, so that's the way you get around it a little bit is, oh god, I hope that was the right way around. It probably was. If it's not, we'll find out. Okay, so these two buds here we need to replace as well. What was I talking about? I completely forgot. I can't keep my train of thought straight whenever I'm talking and doing something and trying to think at the same time. I'm not that talented yet at speaking. Anyway, yeah, it's because your brain thinks you must be drugged or something, because that's why that's the only conceivable explanation for you traveling at this speed, but also not looking like you're traveling at that speed. So there you go. Now you know. Maybe that will help you if you're the type to get somewhat car sick. Then try that. Try keeping the scenery moving in your periphery vision, so you can still be yes, brain, I am still moving. I've not been poisoned. This is just how I live my life, to be honest. And it's helped me a great deal. Although, granted, I haven't tried it out somewhat recently because I haven't been on a long car journey for a very long time. That's sort of something I suppose it's more like a childhood nostalgia thing, isn't it? It's not really something you frequent as you get too much older. At least when you do get older, you'll probably be the driver in most scenarios rather than the passenger, like you are as a child. Hello, Vivian. What can we do for you? What a surprise to see you, my dear. Oh, and speaking of surprises, I have a reaction I'd like to teach you. You know how life has a way of catching us off guard? The amazed reaction is 4 of those times. Behold! What? There's a sale at Timmy's shop, and I'm missing it? Say it isn't so, Piffle. There, see what I mean? Shock, surprise, amazement. Who knew one reaction could say so much? That's actually one I really like, and it's one I've been hoping to get for a while. Amazed reaction, I'm so impressed. Thank you, Vivian. Just for that, you can see I found out Foster. Oh no, I think I found the Foster at the end of last episode. Vivian, how about I give you a cherry for your troubles? Vivian, come on, this is like the second time I spoke to you. But yeah, that's more of like a childhood nostalgia trip thing. Sitting in the backseat of like your parents' car as you drive across the country or something. I mean, I don't know how it is in America and much larger countries. UK is quite, if you can tell, I live in England, if you can tell by my accent. England's quite a small country comparatively. Like, you could drive up and down it, I'm sure, like, almost certainly within a day. The fact that you have multi-day road trips is baffling in America, but... Or I suppose any other country, like Canada, is also pretty big, isn't it? Russia, I don't know who's doing a road trip across Russia, but if you are, more power to you, I suppose. Anyway, so it's much more of a childhood nostalgia thing. You know what else is a childhood nostalgia thing on those trips? Is whenever you go through... I don't know if this might be only a UK exclusive thing, 'cause I'm not sure how tunnels work. Not how tunnels work in America, but like... how they're lit up or something. But in UK, at least, when you go through some tunnels at night time, there's often this very distinctive orange glow that people who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about, and that's like one of the most nostalgia inducing things for me when we go through one of those tunnels and you're getting like kind of sleepy and you got that like orange glow as it pulsates through your passenger side window, that sort of thing. I'm not sure I'm doing the most elegant way of describing it, but that's the best I can do. Hello Diana, let us give you a cherry as well. Oh, that's 3 people already got a cherry already. Makes me sad for those sort of trips, even though they're... I mean, of course, they're never over. I mean, when you become an adult, you sort of become your own arbiter of your own decisions. You could be like, well, now I want to go on a trip myself, so that's what I'm going to do. Of course, oh, hello, Lily. Let's talk. I'm trying to make the most of today. Fair enough. That's all you had to say. No, I respect someone who doesn't waste my time like that. They're to the point. Please talk to me, Law. My villagers. Oh. I almost walked straight past that. It like blended into the ground for me. Obviously, I'm not going to grow a tree just here on Flo's path. That seems a little disrespectful, in my opinion. So let's put this away and get our own 10,000. Not that we really need to do this anymore, to be honest. We kind of got a lot of money from the stock market, so this just seems excessive at this point. But you know, rich stay rich by doing this sort of thing and not paying taxes. But that's not something I should really comment on. Let's keep politics and economics out of this. Lily, you're walking about. No, Lily, let me talk to you. Oh, I can't give anything to you yet, Lily. I forgot how new you are. I love a playful style of a wooden block toy. It reminds me of long afternoons spent building with wooden blocks when I was little, Toadie. Whoa. Is that a custom bit of dialogue about a specific piece of furniture? That's interesting. You don't see that very often, do you? I wonder who our guest is, who our visitor is for today. Here in Fawnhollow. Honestly, I kind of want Red and Celeste are obviously the two I want to appear more often, because they're the ones I like never see. Okay, that's a lie. I mean, to be fair, I haven't seen Red like at all. Red's been here, apart from like the first guarantee time he was here. I haven't seen him since, so that makes things a little bit more awkward, and it just means that's going to take forever to fill out the art section of my museum, which is a shame, because you know, art's always nice. I think art always gets a bad rap, I think, at least when it comes to high-end stuff, because it comes off as pretentious, doesn't it? I suppose that comes in most hobbies, you know, when you go into the high-end business, high-end things, that you always get some snobs in the hobbies which act pretentious towards it, as if, like, gatekeepers, you know, that sort of thing, which I think is a shame. I feel like if I ever get so high up into a hobby where I have that sort of position power, I don't want to gatekeep people out of it. I want to be accepting, you know. I feel like people should be excited about other people are taking an interest in the hobby, or if they don't understand it, you could be like, well, let me enlighten you on why this is my passion and hobby, and that sort of thing. But instead, some people just be like, whatever, and thus alienate other people off. And then it becomes, it's kind of what I'm doing now, is I'm generalizing like subsets of a population, which really it is just a subset. I imagine most people are not like this, because I mean, if you go in with the expectation that most people are the extremes, you're going to be in for a shock when you realize that most people are not that. Most people are pretty reasonable people, unsurprisingly. So yeah, I'm not sure what the whole moral of my story was for that. Now I think about it, I don't know. High-end hobbies can be cool stuff. High-end art. I mean, to be fair, I don't think high-end art gets as much as a bad rap as high-end fashion does, doesn't it? High-end fashion is like a whole nother ballgame over there. Because high-end art, at least a lot of people can look at it and they'll be like, oh, I don't get art, but I get like how this is good because I can see like the techniques. Not for every art style, shall I say. We caught that. I'd think for a second. Ooh, another black cosmos. That's not a cosmos, that is a lily. So that one actually duplicated itself, so that's quite nice. Yeah, like high-end fashion gets a massively bad rap, doesn't it? Because it's the same thing with like high-end art with art pieces which have a much more simpler style, like Distil, I think that's what it's called, STIJL, the one which is just like, you've probably seen it before, it's just like lines and primary colours or something. And I think a lot of people look at it and they'd be like, I can do that, why is that considered art? And I don't know, I feel like maybe to a person who doesn't understand the background, myself included and stuff, that's perhaps a legitimate complaint, because it seems like a decent amount of art is also tied up. I should probably not, bear in mind what I'm saying, I'm not going to spout this as if this is like exactly how things are, because this is just from my outside perspective of it, because I'm not an expert in these topics, I'm just speaking on my own experience and how I view it. And yeah, a lot of people would be like, I can do that shouldn't be art. It's amazing what we can get away with calling art these days, that sort of thing, which I think is needlessly reductive. Sometimes that would be the case where especially the art is more tied to the artist, the name itself, but in that case often the artist has taken the time to build up a name for themselves already by presumably hard work in the past of making much more perhaps visually impressive art pieces or something, or perhaps they have a very interesting story that people latch onto. And I find it, isn't it, a lot of like, especially like older artists, that's not what I mean, like artists in generations before us, teach me whatever this is, angled signpost, a lot of them didn't get appreciation for their art until like long after they're dead. So where was I going with this? The fact that we're not getting appreciation now, maybe they get it in the future. Is that where I go? I don't think that's where I was going with it, but it's also something to talk about. But yeah, art, but there's a lot that goes into art, and art is a pretty subjective thing, which is why I think it's under that sort of scrutiny. It encompasses so many things. Isn't art just generically any sort of creative form? I don't know if that's the best way to define it, such that invokes emotions of some sort, or invokes something of some sort, maybe not just emotions by itself. Green mums! Yes! That was a low probability, that's like 6.25% chance, so we got lucky there. Let's plant this green mum over here, and then we can start finally planting these. Hopefully that will self-duplicate yourself at some point, or we'll start planting these around Axel's house when we get enough of them. I do hope they put more hybrid flower colours in there so we have more things to decorate with, but oh well. Any other things over here? Doesn't look like it. Pink mums, just a load of pink flowers. Alright, let's learn this angled signpost as well. Anyway, yeah, so art. There's a lot that goes into it, and because it's such like a generic umbrella term for all sorts of different things, which, every person has their own different definition of art. Like some people might see interpretive dance and be like, this is stupid, this doesn't make any sense to me. But some people, it does impact them, doesn't it, emotionally? It has deeper meaning for them, and I think that's great. I think that's the basis of. If it gives you impact, if it gives you emotions, if it makes you think, that sort of thing, that's what art should be about. Whatever form it comes in anyway. It should be irrelevant and shouldn't be scrutinised just because of the medium it presents itself in. Although I think that's more of like a it's not kind of like a pompous, enlightened view in itself. Be like, oh, I love all art and all art should be accepted. But it's kind of what I think. So, if art can give you meaning in all sorts of different ways, and for different people that can be different things, and different mediums resonate more with people than others. Like for me, obviously I like digital art a lot more than the traditional Renaissance style paintings. I like much more modern things. Cartoony styles definitely appeal to me a lot more. But that doesn't mean I can't appreciate other forms of art, like especially things like interpretive dance. I still like dance shows and things like that, ballet and all that. To be honest, I think because I have such a like, I don't know how I describe my personality. I was gonna say like agreeable, but that's probably too much of a positive spin on it. More like a non-controversial. I don't know, not unopinionated personality. That's probably the best way for me to describe myself. Okay, this is a hybrid white from the other. From the other rose. I got very confused. I thought it came from this one. I was like, how did this... Ooh, another birdwing. Butterfly. No. Yes. So we're getting along with our blue roses. Okay, well, fair enough. Goodbye, net. Our blue roses are coming along nicely. Or like ways to get them. We got another white rose over here, and if you're wondering why I'm planting it over here, it's because I don't want to replace this one with a white rose yet, because there's a chance that this one might spawn a purple rose in one of these two slots, and I might think it came from this one, and that will be dire. So that's why I'm planting it separately for now. Another black rose is always welcome. This is just a generic red rose. Excuse me. And those two look like just generic yellow roses up here. So yeah, I have a very unopinionated view on, I suppose, a lot of things, so... I suppose it just comes from my attitude of being like, I should try and neutrally take a middle ground and understand other people's perspectives first before I try and rule my own perspective or opinion as being the correct one. I was going to say, where's our plant gone? And then it's up there. Because, you know, I'm not an expert in everything. No one's an expert in everything. That's honestly just... I was going to release that as incorrect. That's honestly just cocky to think you could even begin to be an expert in everything. But you can be an expert in some things. And for the things that I'm not an expert in, you got to realise that there is depth to those sort of things and opinions that can be formed about them, which other people have spent time to research, to envelop themselves in, you know. And you gotta respect that. You gotta respect that hustle of being like, hey, you spent a lot of time interfacing in these sort of things. It doesn't resonate with me, but I'm gonna withhold my own judgment. Why don't you tell me about why you like it so much? And that's, you know, the sort of cooperative attitude I feel like we should be enabling in this world, I suppose. I suppose this ended up being quite ranty, isn't it? It wasn't quite what I was going for. Why am I holding this pink lily? That pink lily I was meant to plant over here because I forgot pink lilies are ones which you can actually breed together to get another version. I was like, I was looking at Lily's house and being like, why have I no other pink lilies here? And then I've remembered that's why. But mums we can plant somewhere. Plant right here, in fact. In fact, we're getting enough to start giving them out. Almost. I think 9 is normally the point where I start giving them out. So yeah. So basically, if you don't understand something, I'm not saying you have to go understand it, you don't have to research necessarily, depending on what it is, but if you're wanting to talk about it and treat something about it as fact, then you're going to have to do some research into it first, before you can spout anything about it. Things are far more complicated than they seem. As to be expected. Hello, Hippo. Guess what, dear? I got something for you. What have you got for me, Hippo? You ready for this? It's my old soccer uniform top. I hope you like it. You really do have the most bizarre clothing wardrobe, Hippo. Aren't you one who gave me a couple of like jockey uniforms in a row or something? Maybe that's your own high-end fashion, you know? I'm gonna another bicycle helmet over. You have a lot of sporting goods. I didn't realise this. For someone as classy as you, I suppose I didn't expect it. Don't judge a book by its cover. And let's perhaps follow my own advice of let's not judge for Hippo for his own choices, you know? Why don't you ask Hippo himself? Be like, why don't you tell me why you choose to wear these clothes and what it says about you. Like whatever clothes I wear say about myself. I don't know. I just kind of like comfy clothes, I suppose. I'm not sure what sort of aesthetic I go for. I just go for a very neutral, maybe natural, smart casual. I don't know. Honestly, it's bizarre. It's a sort of a self-reflection thing, but yeah, it's better spent, better done in bed just before you go to sleep, rather than perhaps in the middle of Animal Crossing video diary, but still. Anyway, perhaps let's get a little bit back on topic about Animal Crossing. Or not, I don't know. Depends what the two of you watching this video prefer for me to talk about. I don't know. Leave a comment if you so wish, or don't. I don't know. Do what you want. It's a free world. Leave a comment, don't leave a comment. And purposely don't leave a comment. Think about leaving a comment, then don't leave a comment. I don't know. I mean, that's all just boiled down to leave a comment or don't leave a comment. It's kind of a, I suppose, a binary choice in the end, isn't it? But there's a whole range of paths you can take before getting to the binary two outcomes. Kind of like Life is Strange. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Sorry, spoilers. Hello. Hello, Savannah. I was just thinking about who I had left to give fruit to, and Savannah, you are one. Flo is another, and who is the other one? Diana? No, we gave something to Diana. Flo... Oh, Roscoe. I don't think we even checked Roscoe's house. That's my bad. Flo's not even home. Oh, yeah, Oh, I thought you two were chatting there. You just were looking at each other. I love it when they have their little conversations. Hey, Flo, what's up? Oh, you sitting down? It's hard to tell with these penguins. Some days I get myself super hyped, like just ready and raring to go. Go take a nap, chat. It's really hard to tell when penguins are sitting down. They basically look exactly the same, don't they? Anywho. Oh, I was going to say, I wonder who my guest is for today. Here she is, Sahara. The lady of today. I'm holding a lot of things, though. And I just realised I never planted this black rose again, so I'm just holding another black rose for no apparent reason. Or look at any other flowers I need to plant. I didn't plant an orange pansy yet, all these. See, this is a problem. When I go on these random tangents about speaking things about high art, about stuff I don't have no idea about, you know, I forget to do things. Sometimes I forget things. Like that, so, you know, gotta remind myself, gotta focus. Well, not too much, because honestly, talking about having this as like a open, like a soapbox, is that what it's called? When you can just like freely speak about things. It's kind of fun, to be honest. Speaking about things ad nauseum is like having discussions, especially about things I don't know about, with someone who doesn't know about those things. I think that's always the most interesting thing. I think I'm probably not alone in saying this, but I love watching things like artisan videos or videos about people talking about things that they have a distinct passion and interest in, and then explaining them in easier terms. Like I'm sure most of you have probably seen like what's that series? I think it's Wired who does that series. I didn't mean to do that. But they do a thing like the first one I did was like a surgeon breaks down blah blah blah, like 20 scenes in Hollywood or something, 20 medical scenes in Hollywood, and those things are real interesting. I love seeing an expert break things down in a way that's easy to understand, like all the nuance, because there's so many nuances in things like small hobbies and whatever that honestly most of the time it's kind of hard to catch on to, isn't it? And you would require many years of studying and that sort of thing to even begin to grasp some of the concepts in certain hobbies, at least. I mean, I won't speak for every hobby. I know every hobby's got like different variations of depth and detail, I suppose. But still, I mean, I think every hobby you can glean a lot of depth and intricacies from just by spending lots of time studying it, and that's obviously not a surprise for most people, I think. We'll talk to Sahara afterwards. I'm going to go visit Timmy and Tommy first to see, first to sell some things and see what furniture items you've got in here. And here I Flo and Roscoe. Okay, that's all I need to remember. Ooh, a magician set. That's a new one. And that protein set, that is definitely a new colour. Let's sell all of this nonsense stuff here. About 19,000 bells. That seems good to me. I can't imagine this wrestling corner costs that much. Yeah, 6,100 bells. It's one of those cheap luxury goods. We've got an old telephone here. And the fact I called this an old telephone, I think if you're watching this and you're considerably older than me, your heart just hurt a little bit as you realise that I'm around 22. That I am 22, not I am around 22, and I've called that old. Bizarre, isn't it? And I can't wait until when I'm like 30s and 40s, and then I hear someone who's an adult be like, wow, this is so old, and they're like talking about, I don't know, what would be considered new for my time. Talking about a Nintendo Switch, I suppose. And be like, wow, what an old console. And I'll be like, no, my heart. No, I can't be that old. That was what I was playing in adulthood. Or they talk about the Wii and be like, oh man, that's so retro or something. Or whatever the equivalent of retro would be in that time. Sounds like someone's talking to someone. Did you hear that? I thought I heard an exclamation mark. It's Diana. What's up, Diana? Alright, see ya, Diana. Good talk, good talk. I'll talk to my best friend, Sahara. Who's honestly voice, I cannot remember what on earth I did for her voice ages ago. You know Sahara was male in the Japanese version, and then they made them female in the westernized version. Same with Gracie Grace, if you know Gracie Grace from previous versions. They just don't like feminine looking men, apparently. In the West. That's right. We're more progressive now. Unfortunately, Sahara, they're probably not going to retcon their gender, so... Sahara will just be Sahara, a traveller from foreign lands, selling mysterious rugs, mysterious wallpapers, and mysterious floorings. A medium rug, please. I think we also might have enough tickets in our home storage to get our another mysterious one as well. But honestly, Sahara, you don't need to give me the spiel about exchange tickets every single time. And I know you're trying to walk away. Just let me buy in bulk, please, you know? Actually, that's the question. Why doesn't Sahara have like a layout like Kix and Leif does with their shops? And like, obvious response is that you'd be able to see the rugs and mysterious items, but you don't have to do that. They could have just done like a mystery box. Like they just have a generic icon for a rug or a mystery, or for wallpaper or flooring. And then just be like mysterious wallpaper or flooring. Like, that seems pretty simple to me. I don't know. It's again the thing with Animal Crossing. We want you to experience the flavour of chatting with all these animal villagers again. Except for the problem, I've spoken about this ad nauseum, I think. The problem I have with it is that it doesn't work because they don't seem like organic characters when they say the same thing over and over and over again, and most of them don't seem to have any sort of semblance of remembering who you are. Like Sahara, I've bought literally all your stock every single time you come here. You love money. You telling me you don't remember one of your favourite customers who spends an absurd amount of money every single time you come here? Really? You don't remember little me, dear? Anyway, let's go have a look at see what special sort of wallpapers and floorings we have. I hope we have the wallpaper which Lily has is the rainy, like, hydrangeas, I think? I'm not really sure, actually, now I think about it, what they are. So, iron entrance mat. What does that look like? Exactly as you'd expect, it's an iron entrance mat. Ivory medium round mat. Ah, ivory. As in colour. I thought it meant, like, for some reason I thought it meant ivory isn't the actual material ivory, and I was like, that just sounds incredibly uncomfortable. Palace wall. Place on wall. Huh. So it's like a Parthenon sort of thing. Except for, in my opinion, this is way too many pillars. What palace has literally pillars all like that? Rock climbing wall. Oh, interesting. Might give that to Ali. That's a very gymnasium style themed. Field flooring. Ah, like crops. I see. It's not as good as this one, I think. We'll put these away in storage. And then maybe to round off this episode, we'll firstly see if we've got any Sahara tickets left, and then we'll go into Able Sisters, I suppose, because I haven't been there yet. Wait, 2? How do I have 2 cherries left? Roscoe and... Oh, Flo. Flo was sitting down, wasn't she? See how many tickets I've got left in here. 4, yes. So that's a perfect amount to get another mysterious flooring. And we'll see what sort of things that she's got in store for us today. So, Miss Sahara, where are ya? Miss Sahara, I'm asking ya, where are ya? Would you give me a wallpaper? I'm not a rapper. What am I doing? So what did she give? Dig site. Interesting. And it's important to do that because, as she was saying there, you can only exchange for 1 mysterious wallpaper and 1 mysterious flooring using tickets each day. 1 extra one, I should say. I think we've seen this dig site one before. Oh, no, we haven't. Oh, no, that's right. We have wallpaper, which is a dig site one, isn't it? Okay, let's have a quick stop at Able Sisters, and then we'll probably wrap it up here. There's not much else to do today. Sahara's not a particularly interesting guest. Maybe I should start recording more things at night. Oh, actually, you know what we should do? Screw Able Sisters, because, you know, we've seen a lot of their stuff before. We should try go fishing before it turns 4 o'clock in 6 minutes for this last fish. These last 2 fishes we need a betta and a rainbow fish. They can be found in rivers from 9 to 4, and one of them is size 2, and one of them is size 1. Flo, please stop judging my fishing abilities. Alright, I've got a bronze fishing trophy. I'm not this bad, usually. You can judge me after I let this fish get away, but I didn't. Instead, it's just a loach. And I'm looking at it with reproach this time. So you enjoy your Sprite there, Miss Flo. Ms. Flo, even. While I look for more small shadow fishes. Small shadow fish is a very peculiar phrase the more I think about it. I don't know why. Ah, there is one. Ah, I can't reach it from my damn fences. I think I can reach it actually from here. Where did it go? I wasn't going crazy. I saw it. I saw a fish. Perhaps I scared it away? Those golden roses are really golden, aren't they? Oh no, it's going to be an absolute nightmare catching this fish. This better be a rainbow fish. That's a size 1 fish. Come on, rainbow fish. That's not a rainbow fish, that's a pale chub. Why is it even called a pale chub? It's so skinny. And tiny. Oh, Diana, what are you thinking about? I have a teensy favour to ask. My noble Zapsuit, be it and take it off my hands. Sure. If for some reason you can't use it, just get rid of it or whatever. I'm just so ready to be done with it, no doy. Wait, that wasn't Diana's voice, was it? Sorry, I leave you to it, Lily. See, I want to applause them, but I don't want to stop them playing. Anyway. Yeah, that wasn't Diana's voice, is it? That sounded more like a weird Vivian's voice. I mean, I know their voices are similar. I'm talking about my voice, not like their actual voices. In the game, their actual voices are identical. All the same personality types have the same voices, if you didn't know. I believe. Although I believe when you first talk to them and it plays your town theme, they have different instruments. Every single villager, maybe. Don't quote me on that. That might be wrong. And I don't want to spread false information. And you might ask then, dear, why did you say possibly false information if you didn't want to spread false information? And, you know, you got me, to be honest. You boomed me. There's too many loaches. Give me a rainbow fish. Give me a betta. They're too hard to find. I'm joking. It's like a few days into May. Almost a week into May. Wow, time flies, doesn't it? Anyway, this is probably a good time to end off this episode here because this has gone on long enough anyway. And I've just been spouting random nonsense for the past half an hour, which is, you know, As I do, I suppose. So anyway, if you have been watching, thank you very much. This has been Animal Crossing New Horizons on my island of Fawnhollow, and I've been Dear Darling. I hope we can see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell, so until next time, bye-bye for now.